who plundered the resources of the oil-rich Niger Delta, leaving the indigents poorer. Lately, the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has come under strong criticism for a glaring failure to achieve the mandate for which it was established. Despite the huge funds made available to the agency to enable it function optimally, the insinuation of corrupt practices at the Commission is a familiar tune on the lips of stakeholders and various interest groups in the region. One of such groups is the Citizens Quest for Truth Initiative, a non-governmental organization based in the Niger Delta region and led by a Niger Delta activist, Obiaruku Christy Ndukwe. The group has been in the forefront of the clamor for the sanitization of the NDDC to meet its mandate. The Citizens Quest for Truth Initiative is determined to unmask the tendencies established long ago by the cartel that has routinely preyed on the fortunes of the Niger Delta Development Commission. The seemingly injurious application of funds from the federal government and other sources expectedly necessitated a presidential intervention last October when President Muhammadu Buhari ordered for the forensic audit of the operations of the Commission from inception to date, with a view to sanitizing and repositioning the Commission for greater efficiency.
Lead consultants have also come on board, and at the moment we are now trying to bring out the forensic auditors, and each state of the Niger Delta is a lot. We have about 9 lots in that section, and then the headquarters is also a lot. That makes it 10. And so we have already set up centers in the 10 locations for verification, evaluation, and documentation of all IPCs and all award letters in terms of contracts, so that we know the contingent and actual liabilities of the NDDC. At the end of the exercise, the federal government hopes to have a bankable NDDC where the balance sheet could go to the bank and be accepted, and could bring value in terms of industrialization to the region. And at the same time, we also hope to complete the over 9,000 projects that are lying fallow at the moment in the Niger Delta region for the benefit of the people.
In January 2020, the President, in another bold step, officially informed the Senate of the decision to vet the books of the NDDC. Although a governing board had been approved by the Senate at the time, President Muhammadu Buhari needed to make the senators understand the need for an interim management committee to work with the auditors so as to avail a substantive board a clean slate to kickstart their tenure. To ensure a seamless operation, the President on 19 February 2020 approved the enlargement of the Interim Management Committee consisting of Professor Kimebra Dikomo Daniel Ponde as Acting Managing Director, Ibanga Basi Etang as Acting Executive Director, Finance and Administration, and Dr. Cairo Ojogbo, Acting Executive Director, Projects, with Caroline Nagbo and Cecilia Bukola Akintomide as members. Additionally, President Muhammadu Buhari on March 10th inaugurated the Advisory Committee of the NDDC, made up of 9 governors of the Niger Delta states. 2 additional members, the Minister of the Niger Delta Affairs and the Minister of the Environment Ministry, were added with the charge by the Presidency for them to bring responsible leadership to bear on the affairs of the Commission.
The Presidential Monitoring Committee will report to me and will be chaired by the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs. Its members are drawn from various MDAs and will focus on monitoring operations and activities of the Commission. In the same vein, the inauguration of the Niger Delta Development Advisory Committee today is in line with the provision of Section 11(1) of the NDDC Establishment Act. This committee is charged with the responsibility of advising the board and monitoring its activities. The advisory committee comprises the 9 governors of the Niger Delta region.
The Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Goswill Obot Akpabio, who is also the Supervising Minister for the Niger Delta Development Commission, during the inauguration formalities, had tasked the enlarged Interim Management Committee to cooperate with forensic auditors to audit the operations of the Commission as directed by President Muhammadu Buhari. Heeding the call of duty and in consonance with the huge confidence reposed in the Interim Management Committee by the Presidency and other critical stakeholders, the Ponde-led crack team had hit the ground running in the onerous task of sanitizing the operations of the agency.
We need to change from the way things are done. There will be a radical review of quite a number of things, especially those that are being done wrongly. I don't know about quality assurance or quality improvement in the Niger Delta Development Commission. I want to believe it exists, because you must have measurable performance indicators in every unit and in every department.
On Tuesday, 21st of April, a new angle was introduced into the probe of the Commission with the invitation of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to be part of the forensic audit being undertaken by the Interim Management Committee. It is believed that the injection of fresh blood and new ideas into the operations of the Commission is already beginning to yield tangible benefit, aimed at refocusing the Niger Delta Development Commission on the path of progress for a better overall service delivery. The unfolding scenario would see the EFCC availing the Commission of its status reports on all its investigation reports on cases involving the interventionist agency. This is a courageous step in the probe process, which could send jitters into the spines of the defaulting contractors and the cartel that had routinely preyed on the fortunes of the Niger Delta Development Commission. Apart from inspiring hope in the heart of stakeholders, the move is also sending a strong warning signal to the errant contractors and those who are opposed to the forensic audit that it may not be business as usual anymore. It would appear that the time to give account has come, perhaps sooner than expected.
I'm the executive director of projects. I took my time. We have to verify. We have to inspect them. I took my time. I went from state to state. Everything, I recorded it. And whenever it is satisfied that you have done work that merits payment, we will pay you. And we were not paying as they used to pay. So the contractors are very angry.
It was Africa's finest wordsmith and master storyteller, Chinua Achebe of blessed memory, who said that those who bring home an infested firewood must be prepared for the visit of lizards. Those who are afraid of the visit of the lizards are fighting tooth and nail to avoid being brought to book.
I state categorically, without fear of anybody, that the 2019 budget was frustrated for personal reasons of some people in the National Assembly, and also the unwarranted probes that they have gone to bring up is to make mockery of the forensic audits.
Since the President ordered for a forensic audit of the Commission to ascertain the veracity of the allegations and claims made against several managements without minding whose ox is God, all hell has been let loose.
Whether the people of the Niger Delta benefit or not is not their concern. They are not taking into consideration the fact that there has been not one single project that's been commissioned by the President in this region.
The petitions and court cases increased astronomically as the aggrieved personnel that were recently transferred out of the Commission's headquarters for non-interference to the forensic audit have regrouped and fighting back for their dear lives.
When the IMC came in with a mandate to drive the forensic audit, you must be well aware that they will have enemies. There are people who have unjustly benefited from this system who will be brought to book, and then the people fighting back.
The aggrieved personnel are fighting back through sponsoring of agitations, protests, and engaging professional propagandists to ridicule the good vision of President Muhammadu Buhari of repositioning the Commission for greater efficiency. Their aim is to distract or distort the forensic auditors, call for the scrapping of the Interim Management Committee, and get the Commission back to its old ways of doing things.
Kando went to LNG statutory payments from LNG and claimed that they were the ones who initiated the payment, which is not true, and cannot belong to a member of the National Assembly, Senate of the National Assembly. And the letter here says that they collected $28 million and then exchanged it for $360. As at that time, the exchange rate was not $360, and the central bank was exchanging it for $225 naira per dollar. And at the end of the day, they asked for 20% of the $28 million, and they were paid. They wanted to continue.